What up, sixth grade? Today we are doing lesson 7.6, using algebraic expressions. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So honestly, this is just like our other lessons, except that we are still plugging in numbers and we actually have to read a word problem sometimes to figure out what we have to put in there. So still not bad. We'll deal with it. We'll move on. So number 271, that is the page that we are on, says Rafe's flight from Los Angeles to New York took 5 hours. He wants to know the average speed of the plane in miles per hour. So the very first thing that they want us to do is to write a expression for this, or write a formula for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to be dividing. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the distance, or the miles, over the time. Okay, so we don't know what those are yet. Actually, the only thing that we really do know is distance in miles, and they have it like this, in miles over 5 hours, because he traveled 5 hours. So that is part A. That was the writing an expression. Now, for part B, it says, Rafe looks up the distance between Los Angeles and New York on the internet and finds that the distance is 2,460 miles. Use this distance to find the average speed of Rafe's plane. Sorry, not flight. Well, it would be his flight on his plane. So, I'm still kind of right. Now it says, evaluate the expression for D equals 2,460. So now we know D equals 2,460. So we can just plug it in. 2,460 over 5. This is miles, hours. Now, when it's like this, remember that it's pretty much saying that they want us to divide, because it's a fraction, and fractions are really just telling us that we're dividing the top number by the bottom number. Now remember, top dog goes in the doghouse. That is how we're going to figure out this problem, because we know how much he traveled in 5 hours, but we want to know how much he really traveled in 1 hour. So if you want to think of it another way, remember, whatever we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom. So we would just divide like that. Or again, you can just remember, top dog goes in the doghouse. So we have 2,460 divided by 5. Can't go. All right, and we have no remainders. So our answer is 492. Rafe traveled a distance of 492 miles in 1 hour. And we got a box, our answer. So you can go ahead and write that on the very bottom. So the plane's average speed was 492 miles per hour. For the next page, it says, Joanna makes and sells candles online. Good job, Joanna. She charges $7 per candle, and shipping is $5 per order. Write an expression that Joanna can use to find the total cost of any candle order. So we need to write some kind of expression that's telling us, you know, this is how much money she's making. So we know that the candles are $7 a candle. So it's $7 times whatever the candle is. I'm going to write candle as C. So we have candles over here because we're multiplying, and then we have to add the $5 of shipping cost. So this is what our expression would be like. Now, the second part, part B, says, in March, one of Joanna's customers placed an order for 4 candles. In May, the same customer placed an order for 6 candles. What was the total charge? So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do our 2 separate orders, and then we're gonna add them at the end. We can't just add the candles because they ordered it twice, which means that they got charged for shipping twice. So we need to just do both of them separately. So in March, the candles that they ordered were 4. And in May, the ones that they ordered were 6. So we can plug them in. Okay, so here I have our stuff. It's already plugged in. There's no parentheses, no exponents, so we can just multiply first. All right, here's this one. Now we need to do this one. All right, so now that we have both of our answers, we can just add them together to figure out how much the customer had to pay for both of the orders together. There you go. Now, don't forget the dollar sign because they did pay in dollars. So it'd be $80 for their total order, and that is all the way down on step 2. So the total charge for both orders was $80. You are not going to be doing numbers 6, 7, 10, and 11. Again, 6, 7, 10, and 11. Best of luck, guys. You guys got this. Panda, 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 Panda Family Productions. Hello, parents of the 6th grade. Hola, padres de sexto grado. Today, the kids are going to be adding one more step to solving their equations. Hoy, los niños van a agregar un paso más a cómo encontrar la solución a expresiones de álgebra. So right here, I have a problem already ready for us. Aquí ya tengo un problema que ya está listo para nosotros. Okay, it says, Jeff sold pumpkins he grew for $7 each. Jeff vendió calabazas que él creció por $7 cada uno. Now, the very first part of the problem is always going to ask them to make an expression. La primera parte de cada problema de esta lección les va a pedir que ellos hagan una expresión de álgebra. So for this one, para este, we're going to be multiplying the number of pumpkins times the dollars to figure out how much he made depending on how many pumpkins he sold. Para este, vamos a multiplicar las calabazas por los $7 para que podamos averiguar cuánto dinero él hizo dependiendo en cuántas calabazas él vendió. So in algebra, when numbers and letters are next to each other, that means that we are multiplying. En álgebra, cuando las letras y los números están al lado de ellos mismos, significa que están multiplicando. So this is the first part. Esta es la primera parte. Now, the second part tells us, plug in a number for it. La segunda parte nos va a decir, okay, pon un número para este. So let's assume that Jeff sold 30 pumpkins. Vamos a asumir que Jeff vendió 30 calabazas. Now, P is going to equal 30. Ahora, P o calabazas va a ser 30. So I can just plug that in. Ahora lo puedo poner en la expresión and I can solve. Y puedo encontrar la respuesta. So there it is. Ahí está. If Jeff sells 30 pumpkins, he's going to make $210. Si Jeff vende 30 calabazas, él va a hacer $210. Here we have another problem. Aquí tenemos otro problema. It says, Ina needs 1 head of lettuce for every 6 guests of her party. Aquí dice, Ina necesita un paquete de lechuga para cada 6 visitas que viene a su fiesta. So right here, what we're going to do is that we're going to have the lettuce, which we're going to make L over 6. Aquí vamos a tener la expresión que va a ser dividiendo, que va a ser lechuga sobre 6 personas, porque por cada 6 personas se necesita una lechuga. What you're gonna do is we're gonna leave it like that. Lo vamos a dejar así. That's it. That's the first part. Esa es la primera parte. Now, let's assume that Ina's gonna have 18 guests. Vamos a decir que Ina va a tener 18 visitas en su fiesta. So now I have 18 guests. Aquí tengo los 18 visitantes. So now I can plug it into the expression. Ahora sí lo puedo poner en la expresión. There it is. Ahí está. And now, just solve. Ahora, encontrar la respuesta. 18 divided by 6, 18 dividido por 6, nos da 3, gives us 3. So, Ina's going to need 3 packages of lettuce. Ina va a necesitar 3 paquetes de lechuga. Parents, as always, if you have any questions about this lesson or any other math concepts, please send me a text message, an email, a message on Google Hangouts. Whatever you need to get a hold of me, I am here and available to help. Padres, para ustedes que todavía no entienden el concepto de hoy o a lo mejor otro concepto de nuestros videos, por favor, mándame un texto, correo electrónico o un mensaje por Google Hangouts y nos podemos conectar para que usted entienda mejor. Estoy aquí para ayudarles. And for anyone else who is watching, who maybe you're not part of my normal enrolled class, and maybe you want a video on some other content that you are struggling with at home, please drop a comment below and I would love to make a video specifically for you. Y para ustedes que están viendo que a lo mejor no están en mi clase normalmente durante el año y quieren ver algún otro video o concepto, por favor, déjenme un comentario abajo y sería mi placer hacerle un video a usted para ayudarles. Thank you so much and have a great day. Gracias y que tengan un buen día.